So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and in this video I am going to show you how you can interactively add things from the library and create this kind of infinite background. And yeah, we are going to have trees, and we are going to choose a random tree every time, and we are going to put it to the stage like so, and this is basically going to be forever. And you can use this for some games, for example like an obstacle or something like that. So yeah. And this tutorial is going to be a little bit more advanced. So if you are completely new to the JavaScript, I am going to put a link in the description for the tutorial, which is like JavaScript for the beginners in the Adobe Animate. But yeah, right now we can go ahead and we can start. So I will go to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to go with new document, and I am going to choose that I would like to have this 600 by 400. You can choose anything, but if you want to follow along, you may go with the same numbers. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, frame rate is fine as it is, and I'm going to click create. Now the trees, I am going to have them from the side pre-pick, and I can put a link in the description. But in this tutorial, I am just going to provide you the Illustrator file that I created out of this pre-pick file, and I am not going to show you how you can get this from the pre-pick to the Illustrator and so on, because I want to focus on the JavaScript. So yeah, I will go to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to provide you this. So yeah, and I am going to drag it to the Adobe Animate like so, and this is going to give me a bunch of options. But in here I do not want to, and I do not need to change anything, so I am just going to click import. Now we are going to have 6 layers, 5 trees and 1 brush. This brush I can delete because I do not need it. And actually, I am going to keep only 3 of these trees because I do not want to make this too complicated. So I am going to delete it like so, and I'm going to delete it like so. So we are going to have only the 3 trees, okay? So to make this little bit more simple. Now I will have to convert them to the symbol, so I will go with F8, or you can select it and go modify, convert to symbol, and I am going to call this to be tree number 1. And I want to put the registration point of the movie clip. I want this to be movie clip. I want to put it to the bottom like so. If I'm going to put it to the center, they are going to be aligned in the center. If I'm going to put it on the top, they are going to be aligned on the top. But I want to put it at the bottom, like so. And I will click OK. So they are going to be aligned at the bottom, like so. But yeah, you will see. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So F8. This is going to be tree number 2, and I'm going to click OK, and I will go with this one, F8, and this is going to be tree number 3, and I'm going to click OK. Now I can go ahead and delete them, so I'm going to select them and I'm going to delete them because we are going to add them from the library, and I'm going to delete these layers, so I'm going to have only layer 1. Now I will go to my library, so you can go from the properties to the library, and I'm going to have tree 1, tree 2, and tree number 3, and I will have to put the linkage name because this name is just for the library, and I'm going to put the linkage name the same as in the library, but the linkage name is the name that we are going to be using with the JavaScript, and these names they do not have to be the same, but I am going to create them the same. So this is going to be tree 1, tree number 2, and tree number 3. Okay, now I will go to this layer 1. I can double click and rename this to be code, and I will right click, I will choose actions, and in here I am going to create a variable. So I'm going to call let my tree 1 is going to be equal, this name is optional, but yeah, is going to be equal to new lib as a library dot and tree 1 like so. So yeah, new library tree 1. The tree 1 is the name that we have created, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to type stage dot add the child, and we are going to add child which is going to be my tree 1 like so. And yeah, right now if I go with the control enter, I am not going to see anything, and the reason is that I have put it the registration point at the bottom, so it is going to put me the 3 in here like so. So we are not going to be able to see this. So what I can do, and I am going to delete this one, I will go to my code, and I am going to type that my31 my31.y is going to be, for example, equal to 200 like so. And right now if I go with Control Enter, I am going to be able to see the 3. Okay, now I will click anywhere, and I'm going to click on the stage, and I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to go maybe with the blue color like so. So I would like to be able to see where is my canvas. And I am going to put the 3 to be in the center of the X axis. So we have this 600, in here it is 0, in here it is 600. So I am going to duplicate this, and I am going to say that my 3 dot X is going to be equal to 300 like so. And I will go with Control Enter, and this is what we are going to have. And right now, if I'm going to, I have this 600 by 400. So right now, if I'm going to put my 3y to be 400, we are going to have this at the bottom like so, because we have put it the registration point in here. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to create a function, and we are going to be doing this with a function. So I'm going to create a function. I'm going to call this to be add3, for example, and parentheses, curly parentheses, and yeah. And in this function, I am going to cut this code, and I am going to paste this. So we are going to have the same thing, but inside of the function. And also I am going to position the 3 inside of the function like so. And yeah. So right now, if I go with Control Enter, nothing is going to happen, because functions by themselves don't do anything, and we need to call the function. So I am just going to call the function add3 like so, and we are going to add the 3. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to add this 3 every few seconds, and I would like to move it to the left. So what I am going to do is I am going to create a tick event. So I'm going to type this refers like to the main timeline on, and we would like to be this on tick, for example, and I'm going to call this to be game. Okay, and now I'm going to create the function. So I'm going to go function game, and yeah. Now the tick basically is going to check the timeline 24 times in a second, and is going to like call this game 24 times in second. I can show you, I can create a variable. So I'm going to type let score is going to be equal to 0. And in here I can type that the score plus plus or plus equal 1. This is going to increase this by 1. And I can go with the console.log, and we can console.log the score. So I will just copy this, and I will paste this, and I will go with Control Enter. And in here we are going to have these numbers. So basically in 1 second, this is going to, every frame we are going to increase this by 1. So in 1 second we are going to increase this by 24. So in 10 seconds we are going to increase this by 240. If I'm going to put this to be, for example, 240, and I'm going to make this to be minus equal 1, this is going to be counting down, and it should take around 10 seconds. It's not exactly 24, so it's not exactly 10 seconds, but it's like something between 9 and 11 seconds. So yeah, and we are going to actually do this. Okay, so let's say that I am going to create the variable. I can get rid of this one, and I'm going to call the let next 3, for example. And for now, I am going to set the next 3 to be 0. Okay. and yeah. And now in here, what I can do in this function game, I can call the function add3. But right now we have this on the tick, so this means that we are going to add 24 times in 1 second, and that's not what I want. So I would like to somehow use the counting of these next 3 to do that. So I'm going to say that if next 3 is going to be smaller than 0, then what I want to do is I would like to add 3, smaller or equal. Okay, so something like this, and yeah, and what I'm going to do is I am going to set the next 3 in the function. So I will go in here and I'm going to set it, for example, to be 500, and in here in the game I am going to set that the next 3 is going to be minus equal 1, for example, like so. Okay, and basically this may be a little bit confusing, so I will re-explain this later on. But we are setting next 3 to be 0, and then we are like every frame subtracting 1 from this, and we have the condition if next 3 is going to be smaller than 0, we are going to add 3. So at the beginning it's going to be 0, and in here we are going to be decreasing this, so it is automatically going to call this function add3. But in the function add3, we are going to put this to be, let me cut this and let me put this to the bottom, so this is going to make a little bit more sense. In the add3 we are going to get the my tree from the library, we are going to add it to the stage, we are going to put the y position, we are going to put the x position, and we are going to put the next 3 to be 500. So right now this is going to be 500. Because we are going to change this, and we are going to have this minus equal 1, so this is going to be like counting down one every frame by 1. So 500 we are going to have this maybe in 20 seconds. So if I'm going to make this to be minus equal 10, then it is going to be 10 seconds. Let me for now comment this out, and we can go console.log, and we can console.log hello, for example. Okay, but yeah, that's not going to be working because we need to add 3, so never mind. Yeah, so right now if I go with Control Enter, you are not going to be able to see the difference. But what I can actually do is I can go and console.log in here hello. So I will go like this, and if I go in here, I'm going to have hello, hello, hello. I have 2, I have 3, I have 4. But yeah, this will make more sense when we are going to move the trees. So I'm going to get rid of this console.log, and what I will have to do is I will have to create an array which is going to store my trees. So I'm going to type let trees array, like so. It's going to be equal to an empty array, like so. And then what I'm going to do is in the add3, I am going to set that trees array dot push, and we are going to push my tree 1 in there, like so. If you do not know this pushing, basically if I'm going to have an array which is going to be names and it is going to be empty, and I'm going to type names dot push, and I'm going to push, for example, Martin, then we are going to have in the array the name Martin, like so. And if I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to push the name Eve, then we are going to have in the array 2 things. Right now we are going to have Martin, and we are going to have Eve. And yeah, so we are going to have at the beginning empty array, and the empty array is going to be trees array, like so. And and every time that we are going to call the add3 function, we are going to create the tree, we are going to add it to the stage, we are going to position this next tree. I am going to put it on the top, but that's something that I will re-explain, and then we are going to push this to the tree, we are going to push my tree 1 to the trees array. Okay, and now what I will have to do is in this loop, in this game, I will go out of this if statement. So I will go in here and I'm going to create the for loop. So I'm going to type for, let I is going to be equal to 0, while I is going to be smaller than trees array dot length. So this will depend on how many things we are going to have in the array. So I'm going to type trees array dot length and I'm going to type I plus plus. And yeah, and don't worry, I will try to re-explain this while this is going to be visually possible to explain. And I'm going to say that the trees array I dot x is going to be minus equal 5, for example. Okay, and I will go with Control Enter, and this is what we are going to have, and yeah. So we are going to be adding the trees, and we are going to move them. Okay, so one more time, we have an empty array. We have a variable which is going to be next tree. We have this set on the 0. Then we have this on tick. I showed you what is tick, and I can put the link in the description for the long tutorial about the tick. And we are going to call the game. And in the game, we are setting the next tree to be minus equal 10. So at the beginning, we are going to have this to be 0, and we are going to try to make this smaller. But it doesn't need to be smaller at the first time, because it is going to be, next tree is going to be 0, and is 0 or smaller or equal to 0. It's not smaller, but it's equal. So we are going to call the function add3. And in the add3, we are going to set the next tree to be 500. So right now this is in the game loop. We are going to have this to be 500, and we are going to be decreasing this to be 490, 480. So we are going to wait 2 seconds to add a new tree. And in the add3, we are going to set this to 500, and we are going to, as I showed you, put this from the library, add it to the stage, put the X and Y position, and put it to the array. And then we are going to be outside of this if condition. In the if condition, we are just going to add 3, but in the game, in the tick event, we are going to set that the let I is going to be 0, because arrays are 0 based, but that's something that I am not going to explain right now. But basically I can if you are going to have Martin, and if you are going to have Eve, this is trees array 0 is going to be Martin, and trees array 0 is going to be Eve. So yeah, so we are going to have the for loop, and we are going to start from the 0, and we are going to set it to the length of the array. The length of the array is going to be changing, but yeah, and we are setting this I plus plus, and basically then we have trees array 0 x, and we want to move this minus equal 5. This means that every frame it is going to move by 5 pixels to the left. So in 24 frames in 1 second, it is going to be 120 frames. And yeah, so basically this is what we are going to have. If I want right now, I can make this the X position to be for example 500, and right now it is going to be appearing in here like so. And if I want, I can change the my tree y to be, for example, 300, and right now it is going to be a little bit up like so. Okay, now I can put this to be 600, so it is going to be appearing outside of the stage, or you could go with 700 like so. So it is going to like appear in here, and then it is going to continue. For now, I can put this to be 400. Later on, we can play with this, and this is basically what we are going to have. And right now, if we want to like have this with more frequency, I can change this from 500 to be 200. And right now we are going to have the trees with more frequencies, because we set this to 200, and then we are going to have the countdown like so. And yeah, we can also put this to be, but I do not want to like go with this, but we can go with math.random, for example, and we can create the random number. And yes, so I could go maybe like math.random multiplied by 300, like so, and I can put this to the parentheses like so, and I can set that multiplied by 300 plus 300. So this means that it is always going to be at least 300, and math.random multiplied by 300 is going to generate me a random number between 0 and 300. So this is going to be between 300 and 600, and yes, so I could put that next tree is going to be equal to this one, and right now we are going to have this appearing randomly. So they're going to be distributed not equally. Okay, so hopefully you can see that there is a difference. So yeah, if I want, I could make this to be just multiplied by 300, and right now we are going to have it like so. Okay, but I am not going to go with this. I am going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put this to be maybe 200. If you know you can play with the random numbers, but yeah, and I'm going to put it maybe to be 300, and this is what we are going to have. And I will actually put it to be like maybe 450. Now, one thing that we should do is that we are going to be adding the trees like so, but when we are going to have this open like 10 minutes, we are going to have like hundreds or thousands of trees, and they are never going to disappear. They are going to disappear out of the stage, but they are going to be animated to the infinity to the left. So what I would like to do is I would like to remove that. So in the for loop, I am going to set that if, and for now I am going to set that if trees array I.x is going to be smaller. For now we can go with 200. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with stage dot remove child, and we are going to remove child trees array dot I. I will just put it like so. Later on I will try to re-explain this, but right now if I go with Control Enter, it is going to be like so, and when we are going to hit 200, it is going to disappear. And it is going to disappear like so. So yeah, we are just setting for all of them trees array I, so all of them, because we have this in the loop, when the X position is going to be smaller than 200, then stage remove child trees array I, so it is going to remove that one which is right now smaller than 200. And yeah, I am going to put this to be 0. So right now we are not going to be able to visually see this, because it is going to disappear in here, but yeah, it is going to disappear. And now the last thing that we want to do is we would like to have the random trees, because right now we have like only one tree. So what I'm going to do is in here. I am going to set that let my tree1 is new library tree1, and I am going to duplicate this 2 times, and let my tree number 2 is going to be new library tree number 2, and let my tree number 3 is going to be new library tree number 3. Okay. And then I am going to put this to the array. So I'm going to create an array. So let random trees is going to be equal to the array, and in the array we are going to have my tree number 1, comma, my tree number 2, comma, and my tree number 3, like so. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to create a random number between 0 and 2. So I'm going to create let random n is going to be equal, and I'm going to type math dot floor, and in the parentheses math dot random. And I have a tutorials about random numbers, but yeah, and I'm going to multiply this by 3. So math.floor is going to basically get rid of the decimal numbers, and math.random multiplied by 3 is going to generate me a random number between 0.01 and 2.99999 something, and when it is going to be 0 point something, it is going to, because of the math floor, put it to the 0, and when this is going to be 2 point something, it's going to be 2. So yeah, basically this is the way how we can generate the random number between 0 and 2. And then what I'm going to do is in the stage add child, I am going to add child random trees in here, because in here I have my tree 1. So what I'm going to do is instead of my tree 1, I am going to set random trees, and we are going to put an index of random n. So if the random number is going to be 0, we are going to go with this one. If the random n is going to be 1, we are going to go with this one. If it's going to be 2, we are going to go with this one. Now we cannot change my tree 1.y, but we will have to, because we are adding to the stage random trees random n. Hopefully this makes sense. So I am going to copy this, and I am going to put random trees random n, so one of these, whichever it's going to be, but the y position we are going to put to the 400, and the x position I am going to put to 700, and then trees.push, we will have to push this one. So one more time, we are going to push whatever random tree we are going to get. So I will go with Control Enter, and yeah, right now we are going to have random trees. So maybe we are going to have them repeated, maybe not. This is right now completely random. And right now you can see that how it is going to disappear. So if you want, you can make this disappear. You can make this disappear a little bit like we can put that if the x is going to be smaller than minus 100, for example. And yeah, right now if I want very quickly, I can, I am not going to add this from the library. I can create this kind of grass, something like this. And yeah. And what I'm going to do is I am not going to put y to be 400, but I will go maybe 360, and I will go with Control Enter. And okay, so I can go maybe with 330. Right now you can play with the numbers, but yeah, this is what we are going to have. So yeah, this is it. This is all. This can be very useful for some game creations, and I am going to use this for some other tutorials. So I just wanted to show you something like this. I am going to give you my Adobe Animate file in the description, so you can play with this. And yeah, so in this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can export this. Hopefully you know, and I may create a separate tutorial about it, but yeah, I just wanted to show you something like this. I know that it was difficult, but yeah, if anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comment. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, so yeah, this is it. This is all. Thank you very much, and goodbye.